Hey, have you ever been strutting along, full of confidence, and then your own feet suddenly decide to betray you?
Oh, tell me about it. That feeling when you're walking like a boss, and then you just trip and stumble on a completely flat surface.
Exactly! No potholes, no rocks, no hostile forces whatsoever. Just your own feet tripping over each other.
And believe me, the very first thing that flashes through your mind isn't, are my legs hurt?
It's
Humans are truly the most ego-driven creatures on Earth. Tearing your pants isn't the issue. What matters is whether you had an audience.
right. If no one's around, you just get up, dust yourself off, and hold your head high like nothing ever happened. But if even one pair of eyes glances your way,
You suddenly bend down, pretending to tie your shoelaces like a pro.
even if you're wearing flip flops,
Haha, exactly, but tripping is nothing. I once had an even more devastating fail.
let's hear it.
This one time, I walked into a newly opened coffee shop, looking incredibly successful. I got to the glass door and confidently gave it a hard push. The door didn't budge.
Were they closed?
No, it was packed with customers inside. I stepped back for momentum and gave it another firm push. Still nothing.
Don't tell me.
Yep, it was a pull door.
Haha, oh my god.
The worst part is, there were 3 customers sitting right by the glass, sipping their boba while watching me wrestle with the door for 10 whole seconds.
So what did you do? Once you realized you were wrong, you should have just pulled it, right?
Nope. In that moment, my massive ego spoke up. Just push it one more time, maybe the latch is broken.
Pride really makes people incredibly persistent. So how did you get in?
The staff member had to come out and pull it open for me.
If it were me, I'd have died of embarrassment and just turned around and gone home.
I couldn't. I still marched in, my face red as a ripe tomato. If I'm going to lose face like that, I might as well buy the most expensive drink to make up for it.
Peak logic. But at least you got a drink to comfort you. Me, I have this bad habit of waving at the wrong person.
Oh, that's a classic. You see a familiar silhouette from afar.
So you wave incredibly enthusiastically, smiling brighter than a sunflower in the sun.
Until they get closer and give you that look. Excuse me, who are you?
I just want to pass out from the cringe. My natural reflex is to pretend I'm waving at someone behind them.
Even if there's nothing behind them but a telephone pole. I gotta admit, human acting and improv skills truly peak only when we are deeply humiliated.
Spot on.
But waving at the wrong person still isn't as tragic as the phantom wave back. Once, I saw a senior from school. I smiled brightly and waved. He looked at me, smiled, and waved back so warmly.
Wait, isn't that a happy ending?
Happy what? Just as I was happily walking over, I realized he was waving at his friend standing right behind me.
Oh, the Ogden.
So, both of us just froze in pure awkwardness. I waved by mistake, and he thought I was actually greeting him. We were both acting, and we were both dying inside.
Bad acting in real life is one thing, but the internet isn't any kinder. Have you ever texted the wrong person?
Don't bring it up. The wound is still fresh. I meant to text my best friend to complain about my boss. This guy talks so much it gives me a headache.
Don't tell me. You sent it?
Sent it straight to the main character himself.
Oh, you were doomed.
The magical part is that after sending it, I just stared blankly at the screen for 3 solid seconds.
Using some fairy magic, praying the text would just evaporate?
Exactly. My brain was blindly optimistic at that moment. I even panicked and turned on airplane mode.
For what purpose? Was the message going to fly back to you once you turned it on?
Who knows? Probably just to feel like I was making an effort to salvage the situation. People tend to do mindless things to ease their panic.
True. As for me, the other day I was busy texting my boyfriend. Right then, the delivery guy called me to come down for my package. I texted him, "I'll be right down." But out of habit, I attached a giant heart emoji.
Yikes. So how did the delivery guy react?
5 seconds later, he replied, Thank you too, miss, along with a shy, smiling emoji. I swear I just wanted to crawl into the freezer right then.
Why not dig a hole and hide in the ground?
The ground wasn't cold enough to cool down my steaming hot face.
It's funny when you think about it. These bittersweet moments are things everyone goes through, but at the exact moment they happen, you always feel like the entire universe is conspiring against you alone.
Agreed, but put it away for a few months, and when you bring it back out to tell, it naturally turns into a comedy sketch. Time really is a master scriptwriter, turning tragedy into content for views.
Come to think of it, our mindset is exactly like content creators. Oh, speaking of the brain, I have this really mindless habit. Every morning when I leave the house, I lock the door very carefully.
That's normal, safety first.
I lock it, walk down to the parking garage, exactly 5 minutes go by. Then a question suddenly pops into my head. Wait, did I latch the lock earlier?
Chronic paranoia. I'm exactly the same.
I have to turn around and go all the way back to check.
Has there ever been a time when you actually forgot to lock it?
Never. It's locked tight every single time.
Poor you. Our own minds really are the most untrustworthy things.
Even if I vividly remember the click of the lock, all it takes is one spark of doubt, and the brain just auto-wipes the memory completely.
That's still nothing compared to me. I once held my phone in my hand and used that very phone's flashlight to search for my phone.
Legendary. Dementia in your 20s.
The peak was when I borrowed my mom's phone to call my own number,
And where did it ring?
vibrating like crazy right in my hand. At that moment, I stared at it as if it had sprouted legs and run into my hand on its own.
When the only culprit here is your brain having too many tabs open. The older I get, the more I feel like my mind is exactly like a web browser.
Yes, 20 tabs open at once.
19 tabs are loading constantly, and you have no idea why.
One tab is secretly playing a Shopee ad jingle in the background.
And there's always that one hidden tab, dedicated entirely to replaying embarrassing memories from middle school. And do you know when it usually plays?
Exactly at 2 a.m., right when you close your eyes to sleep, the brain speaks up. Hey, remember that time you completely butchered an English word in front of the whole class in 6th grade?
And you reply, yeah, I remember. Let it go.
Your brain responds, No, we can't let it go. I'm going to replay it for you in full, uncensored HD.
Our brain is like a workaholic movie director. It loves screening old films, specifically the episodes we want to delete the most. No fast forwarding allowed.
No commercial breaks either.
Only pure embarrassment and insomnia, broadcast completely free of charge.
But you know, Alex, come to think of it, it's these clunky maneuvers that actually make our lives more colorful, right?
Absolutely. If every time we walked out the door, things went 100% perfectly and smoothly, what stories would we have to gossip about over coffee on the weekend?
True! The humiliating stumbles of today.
Are the exact material that'll have the whole table dying of laughter next week.
As long as the first person who dares to laugh at that mindlessness is yourself. Because once you know how to make a joke out of your own mistakes,
Then all the awkwardness naturally shrinks down to the size of a grape.
and life naturally becomes so much more endearing.
Couldn't agree more.
Have you noticed something funny? People usually only realize their own weird habits when someone else mimics them.
It's true. Sometimes we do something completely unconsciously, thinking it's normal until someone copies it.
The other day, I was chatting with my younger sibling, and suddenly I saw them resting their chin and tapping their fingers on the table exactly like I do. I asked, "What are you doing?" And they just casually said, "I'm copying you, obviously."
So that's when you got startled and realized you had that habit?
Exactly. I had absolutely no idea before that.
It's like those background apps on a phone. You don't see them on the screen, but they're still draining your battery and running steadily every day.
So, do you have any interesting background apps?
I have a habit that takes up a lot of memory. That is, I like to rehearse conversations in my head beforehand.
Like preparing a script before you meet them? Is it effective?
Not at all. Life never goes according to plan like that.
Why is that?
Because the other person never follows the script I wrote. I'd have 10 answers prepared for the 10 toughest questions. In the end, they ask the 11th question.
Haha, classic case of studying for the wrong test.
Once, I prepared this long, drawn-out, highly persuasive explanation. I thought to myself, they'd definitely be moved and nod in agreement. Who knew? The person on the other end just replied with a single word. Okay.
And just like that, all your literary brilliance went right down the drain.
I actually felt let down at that moment, like, what a waste of all that rehearsal time when I didn't even get to perform the whole piece.
You really are the type of person who lives very passionately, but only in your imagination.
What about you?
Well, I have a habit that makes people want to punch me. I read messages and just leave them there.
Like intentionally ignoring them to seem busy.
Not at all. When I finish reading, my brain thinks very clearly. Okay, I'll reply with a really long message when I'm free later. Then time just flies by, and 3 days later, I finally remember.
By then, they'd think you were mad at them or trying to cut ties.
That's the tragic part, when all I am is a forgetful person. The danger is that the intention is great, but intentions don't type on keyboards. It's exactly like going to buy vegetables.
Wait, what do vegetables have to do with this?
Well, before leaving the house, I make a firm resolution to eat healthy today, to buy broccoli and carrots. But when I get back home, in my hand is a boba tea packed with pearls.
And where are the vegetables?
Forgot to buy them. The milk tea just naturally called out to me, so I followed the call of my heart.
I've discovered something. A person's personality and habits are most evident when they have to wait.
How so?
Some people get fidgety, some bury their faces in their phones, and some check their watches every 5 seconds.
What about you? When you're waiting for coffee, for example?
My brain starts painting an entirely new universe. First, it's, what if I opened a coffee shop like this? Then it takes a step further. Or maybe I should go build a house on a mountain, grow veggies, and raise chickens for a peaceful life.
And then even further?
If those pigeons outside knew how to speak human, would they be gossiping about my haircut?
Okay, stop. Your brain isn't just taking a detour, it's wandering straight into the multiverse.
It likes to sprint around like that. Sometimes even I can't catch up with my own thoughts.
I'm the exact opposite. Every time I work, I have to organize and plan things out in excruciating detail.
Well, that's great, very scientific, and disciplined.
But the problem is, it takes me 2 whole hours to decorate my planner, draw mind maps, and put on stickers, while the actual time spent doing the work is only 30 minutes.
That is what we call organized showing off.
Exactly. My to-do list looks as beautiful as a work of art, while my done list is completely blank. But it's so weird. Every time I buy a new notebook or a new pen, I always get this feeling that I'm about to change my life.
So true, holding a new pen makes you feel like your productivity is skyrocketing, in your head, at least.
Buying a new desk calendar makes you imagine that starting tomorrow, you'll wake up at 5 a.m., go for a jog, catch the sunrise, and eat healthy.
But when the next morning comes, the alarm rings the first time,
Turn it off, snooze for a second time,
a third time, then a fourth.
and finally, you just turn the alarm off completely to get a good sleep.
It seems like everyone nurtures an incredibly disciplined, perfect version of themselves in their head. That version sleeps at 10 p.m., wakes up at 5 a.m., reads books, exercises, and eats pan-seared chicken breast.
While the real-life version is like, let me just scroll through this last video, then sleep. Just one more episode, it's fine.
Then that morning 5 more minutes stretches into 40 minutes. Even the alarm clock is probably feeling helpless with its owner.
But I actually really like people who can comfortably laugh at their own bad habits, because they give off a very genuine vibe, not forcing themselves to appear perfect.
That's right, who doesn't have a few silly habits? As long as they're harmless and don't bother anyone. For instance, I have a habit of talking to myself.
Do you say it out loud?
Of course. Sometimes when I'm walking down the street, I'll suddenly blurt something out really loudly. Then I turn around and see people giving me pitying looks.
So, how do you do damage control?
I immediately change my pitch, pretending like I'm humming a song.
What kind of song has such a natural Q and A section in it?
That's why I said it's bad acting, but at least it somewhat soothes my embarrassment in the moment.
I talk to myself a lot too, but it's always mindless stuff like, where are the keys? Then I answer myself, wait, I remember leaving them on the table. Then I grumble, or did I drop them? Finally, I realize I'm clutching them tightly in my hand.
We really are experts at creating drama in our own lives. But honestly, it's those foolish moments that make the day a lot less stressful. Life already has too many things we have to take seriously. Sitting with people who dare to turn their own silly moments into jokes always makes you feel so at ease.
True. You don't always have to appear smart or perfect. Sometimes you just need to honestly confess, I forgot my wallet today, or I just turned on my phone's flashlight to look for my phone.
Or, I just unlocked my phone to check the time, scrolled through social media, put it away, and then realized I still don't know what time it is.
These are definitely things everyone has experienced at least once in their life.
Some people only get it occasionally, while others get it 3 times a day.
Who are you hinting at?
I don't know anything. It just sounds awfully familiar.
Turns out, what makes a person endearing and approachable isn't that they have no flaws. It's that they dare to smile and live with their harmless imperfections.
Exactly. Everyone has their own weird little quirks. Some choose to hide them away.
And we choose to bring them up so we can laugh together.
Have you noticed that in today's world, literally anything can become a trend?
Spot on! Today people drink coffee this way. By next week they've switched to another. Next month, a completely new, incredibly fancy-sounding name will pop up.
The funny thing is, a lot of people haven't even figured out what the old trend was before they're scrambling to chase the new one.
Honestly,
One day, I was scrolling through social media, and out of 10 videos, 9 of them used the exact same audio track.
what about the 10th person?
Frantically scrolling through the comments to ask what the song was called so they could copy it.
I actually tried jumping on a trend once, and it truly was a traumatic experience.
Why? Did nobody watch it?
No, by the time I finished editing the video and excitedly posted it online, that trend had already been dead for 8 lifetimes.
How late were you for it to be that brutal?
Only 3 days.
Good heavens. On social media, 3 days is as long as 3 centuries, my friend. One day it's a hot trend, the next day it's once upon a time. The internet nowadays runs faster than my own biological clock.
But there's a paradox here. People think they have to follow the crowd to be noticed, while the ones I remember the longest are those with their own unique flair, who don't bother chasing trends at all.
Copying is easy, but maintaining your own originality is the hard part. So tell me honestly, do you often get FOMO, the fear of missing out?
Of course, I still get sucked into that vortex sometimes.
Give me an example.
When I see everyone excitedly reading a certain book, I have to buy it immediately just to keep up. When everyone's talking about a new movie, I have to binge it that very night. And when everyone is using a certain app, I have to download it to my phone right away.
And the final result?
The book sits silently collecting dust on the shelf. I fall asleep 10 minutes into the movie, and the app, I haven't opened it once.
I once bought this super thick book because everyone online was praising it. In the end, I only read the first 10 pages. Because right after that, people started recommending a hotter book. My brain at that moment was like a little kid. Oh, a new toy.
Our attention span is truly a luxury nowadays. It's all because the smartphone has this superpower to bewitch people's minds.
So true. A lot of times I just unlock my phone to check the weather forecast. 20 minutes later, I realize I'm deeply engrossed in a video of a cat learning to ring a bell for food.
Haha, then you just stare blankly and ask yourself, wait, why did I grab my phone in the first place? It truly is an arduous journey of self-discovery.
But trends really do change at a dizzying pace now. There was a time when you'd open the internet and everyone was healing, every household was into discipline, then came self-development and minimalism.
I found the minimalism thing the funniest. Many people had to go out and buy a bunch of extra stuff just to serve their minimalist lifestyle.
Really?
Honestly, they'd buy organizing trays, sorting boxes, multi-purpose shelves to tidy things up. In the end, their house has twice as much stuff as before. The only difference is that the old stuff is now neatly tucked inside the newly bought boxes.
Haha, that's the expensive version of minimalism. But actually, every trend has its merits, as long as we don't turn it into a source of pressure for ourselves.
Agreed. Just because you see someone waking up at 5 a.m. to meditate and read doesn't mean you have to force yourself to do the same. What if the nature of your job is better suited for waking up at 7 a.m.?
Exactly. Drinking a glass of warm lemon water in the morning won't automatically make you successful like those billionaires online. Sometimes, it just simply quenches your thirst.
Learning from the internet is great, but what I dread the most is the storm of advice.
Oh, spot on. One person says doing this is right, another says doing the exact opposite is correct. After listening for a while,
You have no idea who to listen to, and your head is spinning.
so you just decide to go brew a warm cup of coffee.
The smartest decision of the day. What about the AI craze lately? Do you think it's making people lazier at thinking?
I think a tool is just a tool. What matters is how you use it. It's like a knife. If you use it skillfully, you chop up great food. If you're clumsy, you cut your own finger.
That's a very fitting analogy. If you use AI to learn faster or find new ideas, that's fantastic.
But if you outsource even your own thinking and personal expressions to it, your brain is bound to be unemployed sooner or later.
At that point, the brain would probably file a complaint to its owner. Please let me do some work. I'm so bored, I'm getting moldy.
I've also noticed a very positive trend that can easily cause pressure. Everyone wants to become the best version of themselves.
That's very encouraging. What's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong. But sometimes, while chasing a perfect version in the distant future, we forget that our current version, despite being clumsy and flawed, is also incredibly precious.
Right. If you wait until you're absolutely perfect to start, you'll probably spend your entire life never daring to do anything at all.
People usually only like to show off their most glamorous highlight reels and successful moments on social media.
While real life is a long, unedited TV series, some episodes are highly climatic, some are dull, and some you just want to fast forward through. But it's exactly that messy, imperfect nature that creates a complete and authentic story.
At the end of the day, trends are just like the weather, they come and go and change constantly.
While your true identity is what stays with you the longest, we can embrace new things, but we don't have to lose our unique self in the process.
Exactly. You can try out what's popular, but you don't need to blindly follow everything just because you're afraid of being different. Change is good, but change because it suits you, not because of peer pressure.
Honestly, what makes a person interesting isn't how many trends they catch up with. It's their ability to maintain their own perspective and a sense of humor in this ever-changing life.
I agree. Because if you lose the ability to smile at those bittersweet, ridiculous moments, then even the sunniest days become heavy.
But if you know how to laugh at your own clumsy moments, then even the stormiest days can turn into memorable moments.
Chatting with you today made me suddenly realize something.
What is it?
The things that stay in our hearts the longest usually aren't the flawless, perfect moments. It's actually the times we were silly, clumsy, and then sat around with friends, laughing so hard we echoed through the cafe.
And perhaps that's the only trend that will never go out of style, huh?
Exactly, the trend of sincerity.
And of hearty laughter. I hope this trend always stays viral in our lives.
I hope so too. Let's clink glasses.
To carefree laughter,